price chart? By opening up a brokerage account or looking online. Anything that has a price, you can chart it. Anything that you can chart, you can time it. I mean, what if you could follow the footprints of the banks and institutions in the market? They leave you crumbs that, if you have the right skill set, you could essentially follow their lead. I know with a high degree of probability when I click that buy button that I'm following the banks and institutions. All right. Am I right all the time? No. Do I need to be right all the time in order to make money? Absolutely not. Why? Because you understand as an investor or trader, whether you're focused on short-term income or longer-term wealth, how to manage risk. What if every time you put on a trade, let's say you were willing to risk $100 to make $500? Now think about that. Let's say you set up 5 trades every day to automatically execute with those parameters. Risk $100 to make $500. All right, you're probably in your car right now, so it might be difficult to do the math. Let's say I set up 5 trades every day to automatically execute. And let's say the first trade, I get stopped out, I lose $100. The second trade, I get stopped out, I lose $100. The third, the fourth trade, I get stopped out, I lose $100. It's a conspiracy. It's a horrible day out there. But then on the 5th trade, I make $500. So $100 loss, $100 loss, $100 loss, $100 loss, plus a $500 winner. If you can do the math, if you're a math magician like me, that's a profit of $100. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but think about it. What percentage of the time was I just right with my picking ability? Well, I was right 1 out of 5 times, or 20%. You could throw a dart at the board, you could flip a coin and be right more than 20% of the time. But with trading and investing, if we understand where these turning points are and when to buy and when to sell and how to limit risk and how to let our profits run, we could potentially be right only 20% of the time and still be able to generate consistent income. And that's why people are coming in to get educated. Why? Because they're not geniuses. They know that people are making money in the markets and you just have to have a strategy to do it. And it all starts with understanding how to time the markets. And our sponsor, Online Trading Academy, they're a school here in South Florida. They have campuses all around the world. They're partnered with the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They give us these passes to help you in South Florida get on track, help you achieve your dreams, secure your financial future. But if you want to learn how to time the markets, if you want to learn how you could only be right 20% of the time and still make money consistently in the markets, this class is going to show you how. And best of all, folks, it's free for you. It's absolutely free. It's sponsored by brokerages here in South Florida, so there's 0 tuition involved. And to reserve your seat, we have 20 passes right now for the next 20 callers. You'll receive 2 passes for both you and a guest. You will also receive a flash drive loaded with 4 powerful home study courses on how to time the markets. It's all free for you. Get educated. You can do this. Give us a call right now to reserve your seat. 954-668-2510. 954-668-2510. One more time, 954-668-2510. If you're text savvy, you can text us right now to reserve your seat. You'll get the full schedule. They'll message you back with a link. You click on the link, you'll get the schedule. You can register on your mobile device. Text the letters OTA to the number 41411 right now to register immediately. Once again, text the letters OTA to the number 41411 right now to reserve your seat, or give us a call, 954-668-2510. 954-668-2510. And Ron, what would you say to someone out there who's never invested or traded before in the markets?
Number 1 is stop giving your money to commissioned and high-fee salespeople, because that's what your brokers are, that's what your insurance agents are, and that's what these mutual funds are. Basically, we've been conditioned from our very first job, earning our very first dollar, that we're not smart enough to be able to invest our own monies and manage it. I'll be the first one to tell you that no one's going to care more about your money than you. And the problem is that you're handing your monies over, whether it's in your 401ks, your IRAs, your mutual funds, your brokers, your insurance agents, your no fee based planners. It doesn't matter what these people are. They're commissioned and high fee salespeople. Basically, what you're doing, you're handing your monies over to them. You're handing your life savings over to them. You're handing monies over to them in your 401ks every single payday. And guess what they're doing with it? They're basically gambling with your money. And what I mean by that is that they don't care about your money the way you care about your money. They're putting your money into commissionable products and high fee products. The markets are going to go up, they're going to go down, they're going to go sideways. The problem is when you're in 401ks, IRAs, when you're working with money managers, brokers, insurance agents, they can only put you in vehicles that are going to have the possibility of showing a profit when the markets move in one direction, and that is up. What happens when the markets move down? What happens when the markets move sideways? It's very simple. You lose money. The only question is how much money. And what is your planner's advice to you at that time? They can only tell you to do a couple things with your money. One is to get out of the market. Okay, typically what most people do is that they buy high and they sell low. And because it's based on fear, greed, and hope. And if you don't know how to read the price charts, if you don't know how to follow the institutions, chances are you're going to get out of the market and in the markets at the wrong time. As a result, you're going to be losing money. So it's very important to be able to understand with a high degree of probability for success when the banks, the insurance companies, the brokerage companies of the world, the Goldman Sachs of the world are buying low, selling high, and you need to learn to follow them.
Right, listeners? I mean, have you ever bought a stock before off a good news report or earnings or something great you heard, and as soon as you bought it, it went straight down, and as soon as you sold it, it went straight up, and you thought it was a conspiracy, the NSA was watching you trade? You are buying and selling at the wrong times. You are buying and selling based off of emotion, and more importantly, you are taking the other side of the banks and institutions' trades. When you're buying it, they're selling it to you. When you're selling it, they're buying it back from you. There's always someone on the other side of your trade, and if you want to learn how to time the markets, if you want to learn when the banks and the institutions are buying and selling, we have a few more seats remaining for this half-day class on market timing. Whether the markets are going up, down, or sideways, you could generate income in all three types of markets. To get educated and learn how for free, give us a call right now. This class is normally valued at $1,000. You'll receive 2 passes for both you and a guest. You'll also receive a home study course that's valued at $247. To reserve your seat, give us a call right now. You can do this. Our youngest student who's ever came in and learned how to do this was 13. Our oldest student is 94, James Blidner. He's a World War II veteran. If they can do it, you can do it. Give us a call right now. 954-668-2510. 954-668-2510. And I want to spend the last few minutes talking about how to protect your money. Because listeners, if you have money in the markets now, whether it's your 401ks, IRAs, TSPs, 403bs, trading accounts, if you do not have any forms of risk management, if you're not using stop orders or options to protect your positions, you are naked in the markets. That's essentially driving a car with no brakes. I mean, think about this, listeners. If you're driving a car with no brakes, what's going to happen eventually? You're going to crash. And for those of you who don't know, stocks don't always go up. They go down. And, the original Dow 30 stocks, can anyone guess out there? Of the original Dow 30 stocks, how many are still in the Dow? Well, the answer is 1. And you probably don't know what stock that is, but the only stock of the original Dow 30 stocks that's still in business is GE. All the other ones have gone out of business over time, and they are worthless. And how would that affect your account? I mean, think about it. If you lost 50% in the last market crash, how many years of saving and putting money away did that cost you? How many more years are you going to have to work for someone you hate at a job you're sick of? I have a student, Judy. She said this to me years ago. She said, Blake, in the 20s you find your career, in the 30s you build it, the 40s, you're sick of it. And I've always stuck up by that motto for years. But think about it. What if you never had a big loss before in your account? If you never had a big loss before, where would your accounts be today? Well, the answer is probably way up there. Blake, if I never had a big loss before, I'd probably be retired by now. It's these big losses that kill you. Now, if you want to learn how to change the tide, if you want to learn how to be able to protect your money in a downward market, if you want to learn how to make money when the markets are going down, give us a call right now. I have 15 passes for the first 15 callers. This is for a 2-part class on how to make money in a downward market and how to protect your money in a downward market. Whether you're a beginner or you have experience in the markets, this class, it's free for you. Give us a call right now, 954-668-2510. 954-668-2510. You can also text to register. We have classes coming up here on the weekend, during the week. You could text the letters OTA to the number 41411 to reserve your seat right now. Once again, text the letters OTA to the number 41411 to reserve your seat today.
The Trader's Edge Radio Show has been brought to you by Online Trading Academy in South Florida. Online Trading Academy teaches how to trade stocks, options, futures, and Forex, and how money is made in up markets, sideways markets, and down markets, all with limited risk. Learn at their brick-and-mortar school. Real classrooms with instructors who are certified, currently trade, and are profitable. Are you wondering what you can do to make more money, preserve your wealth, or have a better retirement? See how this strategy works. Reserve a seat for the most amazing half-day class on trading. Text to register. Type the letters OTA to the numbers 41411. You can do this. Or call 954-668-2510. That's 954-668-2510.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Aging and the sun are the greatest sources of damage to the skin. Vitamin C applied as a serum may help improve the pigmentation, roughness, and fine lines of damaged skin. This improves firmness, tone, radiance, and texture. Vitamin C, a strong antioxidant, helps form collagen, which fills in the skin and lends to smoothness, helping your skin look younger and more beautiful. Invite Health, a respected leader in nutrition, offers a very pure, high-quality vitamin C toning serum that is free of the fragrances and parabens that can mimic the effects of estrogens in your body. Take advantage of this great offer from Invite. Call now to purchase 1 bottle of vitamin C toning serum for $19.95 and receive a free protective hand cream along with free shipping. That's a $59.85 value for just $19.95. This is a limited time offer. Contact Invite at 800-804-0973. Support the healthier skin safely with Invite's Vitamin C Toning Serum. Call 800-804-0973. That's 800-804-0973. You can also visit an Invite Health location or visit invitehealth.com.
Parkinson's disease is a neurological movement disorder affecting an estimated 1 million Americans, including many under age 40. It has no cure. Parkinson's is not limited to how a person moves. It can also cause symptoms like depression, fatigue, and impaired speech. Today, there is a new diagnosis every 9 minutes, though Parkinson's can be present for years before being diagnosed. The American Parkinson Disease Association is the largest grassroots network in the United States, working to help ease the burden and find the cure. For more than 50 years, APDA has funded pioneering research and provided critical support to those affected by Parkinson's. Visit apdaoptimism.org today to find out how you can help millions live with dignity and optimism. Your action today will help APDA put an end to Parkinson's disease.
For almost 10 years, I've been a lineman for the power company. It's hard work up here on the wires, long, dangerous hours, and at times like this, when storms roll through, I really appreciate how much people rely on me. I know that service is important. That's why I also serve in the Coast Guard Reserve. In the Coast Guard Reserve, our crews respond to rising floodwaters in the Midwest, oil spills in the Gulf of Mexico, and disasters like the Haiti earthquake. The Coast Guard Reserve is a challenge I gladly take on because my country needs me. It has a lot in common with my full-time career, and just like other first responders, firemen, police officers, and EMTs, we do our best work when things are their worst. I have no doubt I was born for this.
If you were born ready to give more to your country, the Coast Guard Reserve is ready for you. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Florida Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the Uptown Karate Club, where we're about to witness an incredible display of, well, it's hard not to call it anything but a display of stupidity.
Hey, buddy! Do you really want to whack that pile of 2x4s with the part of your body that you think with? You know, there are easier ways to prove you're a... Whoa! That's gotta hurt!
Like I was saying, there are easier ways to prove you're a man. For instance, registering with Selective Service when you turn 18 shows that you're a man who's responsible and in charge of his life. Plus, it guarantees that you'll have the chance to receive college loans, job training, and government jobs. And best of all, it doesn't hurt a bit.
Register with Selective Service within 30 days of your 18th birthday. Online at www.sss.gov or at your local post office.
Ooh, that's a nasty bruise.
Oh, it does hurt!
Is that a splinter?
I'm Ben Utek. I played high school, college, and pro football, helping my team win the 2006 championship. It was an amazing day, but it can't compare to the joy I feel every day with my loving wife and 3 beautiful daughters. My football career ended after I suffered my 5th concussion. Did you know that over 1 million athletes suffer a concussion each year? That includes boys and girls, every age, every type and level of sport. It isn't always clear that a player has had a concussion, so parents, athletes, and coaches need to learn about concussion signs and symptoms. The American Academy of Neurology recommends athletes thought to have a concussion be immediately removed from play and not returned until assessed by a healthcare professional trained in concussion. This isn't just about sports. It's about your brain. When in doubt, sit it out. Learn more at aan.com/concussion. That's aan.com/concussion. A message from the American Academy of Neurology.
What you want to know. What you need to know.
Talk 1470. WNN. Talk 1470. WWNN Pompano Beach. Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
AM 1470 WNN with more of what you need to know. Tune in for the Jill Dane Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on South Florida's Health and Wealth Network, AM 1470 WNN.
If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, tune in to the Dr. Bob Martin Show. From erectile dysfunction to eczema, heartburn to headaches, carpal tunnel to how to lower cholesterol drug-free. Sunday mornings at 10 on Talk 1470 WNN.
Talk 1470 WNN is now available on iHeartRadio. Download it now for free on your app store and take WNN with you wherever you go with iHeartRadio. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to Transform Your Mind, Body, and Spirit with Lisa Dwoskin. Lisa has been a fitness professional for the past 20 years, as well as a fitness competitor. She is now a life coach and is ready to help educate and guide you with nutrition, exercise techniques, and positive mindset. You may call in to ask Lisa any questions about how you can jumpstart your very own transformation and become a better you. Call in at 888-565-1470 or visit her website at lisadwoskin.com and Facebook BBL Fitness. Do you want to be healthier, happier, and live a longer and more fulfilled life? Let's get ready to transform your mind, body, and spirit and emerge to a new you.
Tanya? Hi. Welcome to Transform Your Mind, Body, Spirit. Today we're talking about manifesting and putting an intention out there, saying whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, whether it's success, love, health. And we're going to talk about the book, The Secret, which my friend here taught me about a while back, about 15 years ago. So let me try to attempt to introduce her with her last name. Fig and Roe, Annette Figueroa.
Very good.
Annette Fig Newton was what I was going to say.
Annette Fig, for
yeah,
sure. You're
Annette
good.
Fig, that's
Yeah.
perfect. So anyway, Annette and I have met about 15 years ago. We're going to tell about that
Yes.
story in a little bit. She's an actress. She's a spokeswoman, and she travels 4 or 5 different states a week.
Yes.
And she's a mother of 2 beautiful children. She's a major, empowering, beautiful woman.
Thank you.
On the inside, of course, and on the outside. You're going to see her in a minute. But really, you've taught me so much, and I've learned so much about you,
Thank
about
you.
how you manifest anything into reality. So let me
100%.
turn it over to her. Yay, Annette.
Thank you.
Welcome. So
You
tell
gave me
us.
a big head here.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your career.
Yeah, well, I started out, I was a dental hygienist for 11 years, and I was never happy doing that. And I come from a Catholic family, great parents. I was literally raised in a bubble, but I always wanted to be an actor. And my mom would always say, no, your morals are going to go out the window. You can't do that. And so I just did dental hygiene default because my aunt was a dental hygienist. And then after a certain amount of time, I met this wonderful man, Luis Diaz. He's actually one half of the formerly known Diaz brothers, Lou Diaz Music. He started
Bring it a little
Pitbull.
bit closer.
So he was very supportive and encouraged me to do the acting
And
thing.
I just have to interject. Lou,
Yes.
if you're listening to us, he is an amazing man, really.
He is.
Every
really.
woman needs a husband like Lou. We love you, Lou. No, he's so supportive.
Yes, he is,
He's
100%.
so in love with you.
Yeah.
The two of you are beautiful
Thank
together.
you
I
so
admire
much.
that so
Thank you.
much.
But you
so
really,
hi, Lou.
Yeah, but you really need somebody in your life, whether it be your husband, your friend, your parents, somebody to give you that support, because it's a career that everybody tends to mimic and roll their eyes at.
Right.
But everything in life is tangible. And if you have that person supporting you and the belief that you can do it, you can do it. And you see, as soon as you start crossing each barrier, you know what? This is doable. This can happen. And, all those negative people, get them out of your head, get them out of your life, because you can do it. And so I started acting in Florida, and I gathered a bunch of agents because it's a non-exclusive state. Meaning you can have more than one agent. And I found that to be more stressful, because then every agent would call me about the same job, and I'd have to tell one yes and 2 no. And the 2 that I told no were so angry with me. But I did. I started working. Did extra work, starting at the bottom, volunteering to do movies, commercials, all for free.
Yeah.
And then once you start getting the feel of it, I took a bunch of acting classes. I went to the acting school of South Florida in Hollywood for about 2 years. That was an incredible experience. And just started honing in on my skill, taking workshops. I also found out through my lovely agent, Martin Donalds, they're my talent agent, that going exclusive with an agency is so much better because they'll start working harder for you. So I said, you know what, that's better for me. Less stress. I'm not answering 3 different agents and making the other 2 upset. So I signed with Martin and Donalds, but I also started hustling myself, because I thought, this is nice that they're getting auditions, but I know that there's work everywhere. So I just started researching. There's a website, Mandy.com, Craigslist, every which way I could. And
Craigslist for castings.
Yes,
to
but
go
you
on?
have to be careful, because some of the stuff on Craigslist is,
Oh gosh,
so
I'm
you really
sure.
kind of have to feel it out.
Come
but
and be a film actress for my
Exactly.
great big movie.
And then you
come
come
to
there
my
and
house.
it's like, take your shirt off, okay?
Oh, but it's true. That
no,
must
it's
happen a
100%
lot.
true. You just have to be very
But
careful.
how would you screen it on Craigslist?
I mean, the biggest thing I would say is if they have a valid website, then you can check it out. They have to have, I mean, come on. Anybody who's doing anything has websites, social media. If you can check it out, it's kind of, just like you're able to check their background. If there's no website, they say it's under construction, all that stuff. Those are the
That's
signs
scary.
to leave it alone. So
Okay, so you were on Craigslist. You came across a job.
Well, this is the thing. Before that, I was a very frustrated actor because there wasn't a ton of work. Dwayne Johnson now that he's been working, feverishly around here, has created stuff like The Ballers, the show where he helps, the people change their lives. And I heard he's doing another show. I forget what it's called. But anyway, he's really putting a lot of attention on South Florida, which I think, because we're such an incredible, one of the top, Miami, look
I
at
know,
it. We're
it should
gorgeous.
be much
It should be
bigger
much
than-
bigger than it is.
Like LA, it should be. I thought it was.
And
but-
Atlanta's now doubling and becoming, I hear, the next LA, and they have the second largest movie studio over there. So anyway, I was a frustrated actor because I was always starving. I was always looking for the next job. And then I thought, what is Florida big for? Spokespeople, commercials. So
Right.
you know what? Let me focus on being a spokesperson, and my acting can, be second. I started getting work like there was no tomorrow. And right before that, which I have to mention, obviously, is manifesting the secret. When I was working out at your gym, because you and I go way back, I came across The Secret, and The Secret had been out for a while,
Right.
but I had never paid any attention to it. And my life was kind of just stagnant. So I put on this audiobook that I found, and I started listening to it. And I don't know, when there's like some sort of song that your body just feels and you get chills everywhere and all your adrenaline, and I'm
Your
starting to run
soul
faster
feels
on the
it.
treadmill,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing my life in bright colors. It was almost like I dropped acid. It was like so amazing.
But that's because your soul feels
Right.
it.
So
yeah.
I felt like I just took in a life in a whole nother form, and I started doing that every day. And in order to change your life, the most important thing, and I tell this to everybody, is be thankful and grateful about what you have, or
That's
you're
so
never going to
true.
get any more.
And I remember when we were at the gym, there was a group of people coming through, and we would talk about it because we weren't too sure when the negative stuff would arise.
Right.
You and I would talk about, like, how do we get rid of the negative people? We're nice, giving, loving people, but
we are.
you need to get rid of the negative
The
people.
trainers is what The Secret refers to them as. And they
It's
are
true.
trainers.
They train you to get rid of them.
You're out of here.
Yeah, but remember, we had a hard time doing that.
We did. There's a couple things that are hard. That,
Yeah.
and because you also don't want to do it wrong, because then you're not listening to The Secret. So it's
Right.
constantly conflicts.
Yeah.
But anyway, with that, I noticed different changes. Even in my relationships with my life, I have 4 sisters, 2 brothers, and there's, competition or
Friction,
just
yeah.
being older, younger. Oppositions, and I noticed that even my relationships in life started getting better.
Yeah.
So I said, wow, this really works. And I did it on little things like the parking space. I love that one because they
I
give
love
that example.
I think we were in the car a couple
Right?
times, and I hate it. I have some friends, and I love you all, but you know who you are. They would be like, we're never going to find a spot. We're never going to
Right.
just go a mile down. No,
Right.
you drive right in front of
You
where you
do.
need to go, and you say, Wayne Dyer always said it.
Yes.
You're going to find a spot, and here comes a spot. It's my
Always,
spot, and
like
it always
clockwork.
happens.
It does. And it's really, you have to believe.
Yes.
Because if you're just putting things out and you're not truly believing it.
That's so
but, you know,
true.
my life was, just like I said, stagnant. So I started noticing big changes. And then in myself, I decided to focus on the spokesperson. And I came across this job on Craigslist where it was my dental hygiene meets my acting. They needed a spokesperson that had some sort of dental history behind it.
Which is perfect.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what type of job it was. I mean, usually when I landed the spokespeople roles, it was always a day, from like 12 to 6, and that would be it. And as actors, you're always looking for your next job. It's not easy to find a permanent job. So I auditioned, and 2 months later, I was still auditioning because I had never had live television experience or talking about a product, and there was a ton of script. And I almost didn't take it because I had such a fear of flying. And this job was flying all around the United
And now
States.
you're flying like 5 times
I'm
a
platinum.
week.
I'm almost diamond.
Wow. Now, are you still afraid of flying?
Okay. Yes.
Oh, you are.
But because of The Secret, the power, and the magic, because there's three books, I decided I'm done giving in to my fears.
That's beautiful.
Because I realized my whole life was being fearful.
Yeah.
And was I happy? No.
Right.
So I thought, here's a job that now I've been working 8+ years for, is coming to me. They're offering it to me, and I'm going to turn it down because of flying.
Of course. You overcome your fears.
And my husband taught me a long time ago that life is a graft, and you make a little change, and you can end up way up here or way down there.
So true.
So I saw that happening. And he had even said, you don't have to take it, took all the stress off of me. So I was alone in my thoughts, and I thought, you know what? I'm done. Fear is no longer going to control me. And now, a year and a half later, it's the best job I've ever had. I'm
So
a
it
permanent
changed your whole
spokeswoman.
life.
It changed my entire life.
And that's what my show, Transform Your Mind, Body,
Yes,
Spirit.
and your book.
And my book is all about releasing your fears and following your dreams. And we're all afraid of change.
100%.
And do you remember the part in my book? Well, you don't even need the book because you've known me forever.
But I read it.
But the part where after 13 years
Yes.
of running my business, being in my marriage and living out there in Pembroke Pines.
Right.
Within a matter of 4 weeks, I left my husband, sold my business, and moved down to the beach. You know how afraid I was, but I couldn't hold on to that fear. I let it go.
You were letting all the trainers in your life go.
Everything. And
Yes.
I was afraid.
Oh,
Of course
yes,
I was.
of course.
But those changes brought me to where I am now, and I'm so much happier.
I know. I'm so impressed, Lisa, because the first time you and I met,
we gotta tell
I
you.
was interviewing you.
Oh,
They were
gosh.
doing a transformation deal at the spa. So
This
they
was
were
in
taking
2000,
Right.
where I just had opened the gym.
Yes.
I think
and you
I've
were
been
taking
on
what,
TV
6
once.
women, or was it 10 women?
I think 6 women.
Oh,
We were
6 women. That's what I
transforming them,
remembered. So
yeah.
you merged with the spa, and they were going to have a workout program and
Yeah.
rejuvenate the women to
Oh,
look
it was
younger,
awesome.
feel better. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So they
From
had
the inside out.
Right. So
Yeah.
they brought me in to host, which, by the way, that was my first. I hosted the event. We had so much fun, Jennifer and I.
Yeah, she was sweet.
She's adorable. So Lisa comes in, and Lisa's the owner of the gym, the one that I think put the whole thing together. Am I correct?
promoting I'm always good
Right.
at, and the transformation.
You're the best.
But the TV back then,
Right.
I would freeze.
So she comes in, this giggly girl, and she's just a mess. And I go, Lisa, it's you and I were in a spa in a room with the camera up this big.
We were in this tiny room. Nobody was there.
Right.
And the minute they would say, we're going to start filming, camera on, I
Right.
would just freeze. I would freak out. And I had told you, Christy Kruger, the Channel 10
Right.
news anchor, interviewed me a couple of times to be
Yes.
the fitness girl who shows exercise. The minute, and they have huge cameras.
Right.
The minute that camera would go on,
Your eyes.
I couldn't move. And then I would just crack up all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, 30 minutes later, you did an incredible interview. You relaxed. We
Well,
had the
it's
best
because
time.
of you, though.
Well,
really.
thank you.
Now, you said that was your first hosting job?
Well, not interview, because I've been doing.
okay,
I
'cause
worked
you're
for
an
Channel
expert.
6. I did junkets. I did interviews on my own
Oh,
with Pitbull,
okay.
Scott Storage.
Oh, okay.
All
No,
that
you
sort
were
of stuff.
great.
But hosting the event.
Yeah.
Jennifer and I hosted the
Oh,
event.
right,
So
okay.
yeah, that was the first time, but we had the best time
Well,
and the best memories, and I made one of the best
and
friends.
I was nervous because of you, because you seem like such an expert. And at the time, you were talking to me about your dream was to interview The Rock.
It
Do you
still
remember?
is.
Okay, well, you know that The Rock and his dad both endorsed the back of my book.
Really?
So I'm good friends with the father. So
Oh.
wait, okay, give me your
Okay.
hand.
I know. Let's put
We're
this.
manifesting
We
this,
are
that you're going to
manifesting.
interview Dwayne The Rock.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to go out on a date with him. No, he's getting married.
I know. You know what he is? His girlfriend has a baby.
Oh, no,
Or
I'm so
pregnant.
happy for
I know.
him.
No, me too. Me too. But anyway, you can dream.
And yeah, of course, right, yeah, right. No, but you know what? You'll interview him.
Yes.
Corinne
Yes.
will do a movie, and you'll
Okay.
be in it.
Right.
And it'll be about my book. Perfect.
And we'll get The Rock to play in it.
Right, exactly. Okay, that's a good man.
Okay,
Now-
we just
now-
ordered that from the universe.
Now, everybody watching this right now today, how much you want to bet in a year or two it will come to be?
Oh, I
It
don't even
will.
have to bet. We
For
just ordered
sure.
it. It's happening.
Oh, it's for sure happening. Okay, so back to you. Now,
Yes.
your husband is a music producer.
Yes.
Now, are you involved in all that, or is that something you like to?
Okay. My involvement goes as far as scheduling, negotiating, and answering phones.
No, okay. So that's
I
not
have,
really your
yes.
thing.
Unfortunately, I don't have the knowledge, experience, or the talent. I mean, in my head, in my reality, I'm a beautiful singer. Who doesn't want to
Can
sing?
we manifest that?
I mean, I haven't tried. Maybe I should. But every time I hear myself sing, I'm just like,
I wonder if we could manifest a good voice.
a good voice. Well, that's that's the case, I'm going to be in a rock band next year with you.
Oh, no, my voice, forget it. And go ahead, and then I have to tell you something.
That's as far as that goes. My specialty is acting, and now spokesperson.
And we're going to get back to you. I just want to thank you very much, because
no problem.
Everyone out there who knows me and about my gym, in I believe it was 2008, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yes.
And I freaked out because it went in her lymph nodes, so it was scary.
Right,
she had chemo, radiation. The only thing I could do to make myself feel better was to do something to help her.
Because you feel completely helpless.
A loss of control. So I put together a huge fundraiser, and thanks to you, you put me in touch with T and Flo Rider, and he came out.
Good old Flo Rider showed up.
And we raised $40,000 for breast cancer. So I love you. Thank you so much.
I love you too.
And he brought my mom up on the stage and sang to her, Sugar.
Let me tell you something. Flo Rider is an amazing person.
Amazing human
and if
being.
people don't know that, I'm telling you, no matter where he is, he's the exact same person. He turned down a $250,000 show to take his mom to church. Like, he's just a super special person.
He made I'm going to get emotional just thinking about it, but he made my mom cry.
Aww.
And me almost.
Right.
Okay, but anyway,
and all
thank
those
you.
vibes are what helps a person that's sick even, get better, because you can manifest health, believe it or not. And a lot of people don't realize that. If there's bad stuff and bad vibes in your life, your health can go down. And believe it or not, no doctor can fix that unless you eliminate that.
People are always wondering why I'm always sick. Why do I feel bad? Why am I always getting injured? Well, hello, your life is not the way it should be. And cancer manifests from unhappiness and stress. So let's talk about your health. You working out? Where are you working out? Whose gym?
Delta, American Airlines.
No, but
all the airports.
But you keep yourself very fit. I mean, you
I
look
do
great.
because I think stress has a lot to do with it. And no, I'm not kidding. I literally run miles at airports trying to catch my flights. I have honestly not worked out in about a year and a half since the last time I saw you. So I need to start, but I have a very crazy, busy schedule. And I got that. There's no excuse for that. I just need to.
But you're eating. You must eat very healthy.
I eat healthy.
Now, do you eat everything organic, natural, or what?
Yes. Well, I just found out, unfortunately, that I'm gluten and wheat intolerant. So I was doing paleo, which I love, and that's eating just meats, vegetables, and fruits. And there were some breads that you can have, like Ezekiel bread. I might be corrected by some people that are paleo, because some people don't consider the Ezekiel bread paleo, but some do. So
the
it's
bread
kind
is
of,
so good for you. It's so healthy.
But now I haven't had bread in about 2 weeks. I'm really trying to get my health right because I was having, sort of like problems. And I've always eaten healthy my entire life. I do like, little fried chicken, pizza, and French fries.
Well,
those are my top 3.
Now, what about wine? Do you drink? You drink wine?
Woo! One of my favorites. And you know what's so funny? Now that I'm platinum on Delta, we're all in first class going, give us our drink. No, I had to stop that. I only allow myself to have wine or beer. I do have beer because of good old St. Louis has Budweiser's headquarters over there. And I never liked beer. I did drink it when I was younger, but it was never one of my favorites. And I went there and went to a beer school and tried their beer there, and I was like, this is the best beer I've ever had, because it was actually from where they made it.
Oh, that's cool.
So every so often, but I now only allow myself, I would say, probably once or twice a month to have a drink, because I would have become an alcoholic had I allowed first class to keep serving me
but
drinks.
it's difficult. Like, I love my wine.
Yes.
But I have to always keep myself in check, because
100%.
It's so comfortable to get home, relax, have a glass of wine.
It is.
I won't even have it
habitual.
every day. Oh, it's true.
And I don't know what it is. There's nothing like a glass of wine when you go out to dinner, which I do a lot. Or, with our jobs, we do a lot of networking, and that's the first thing everybody wants to do is grab a drink. So I'm very aware of that, because it really isn't good for the health either.
No, it's not good for your health, and too much sugar. My phone is ringing.
Our
I
first
never
caller.
have my phone. Hello? So getting back to manifesting, do you feel that you could manifest anything in your life?
I feel like you can absolutely 100% manifest anything in your life. I feel like when I read that job that they were looking for somebody that was an actor / spokesperson in the dental field, I almost felt like I created that job for me to get.
Yeah.
So over and over, it has proven to me that it works 100%. And I said, as simple as the parking spot, or how about meeting up with someone that you don't want to see, but you have no choice, you know? In families, that tends to happen, you know, like I said, with one of my sisters or friends or somebody that you just don't want to see. And now it's all about your perspective change. And I say to myself, you know what, let me think of the good qualities they have. So when I'm in front of them, that's all I'm thinking. I don't
beautiful.
focus on the negative.
Yeah.
And I'm human. I'm not perfect. So trust me, there's times where I'm focusing on the negative.
Yeah, of course.
But it comes and bites you in the behind, because I'm telling you, every time you do, something comes your way that is exactly
karma.
Like attracts like.
It's so
you know what
true.
I'm saying? So,
and I love what you said earlier, because this is what I'm always telling the people listening and watching us, is that you can't just say something and think it's going to happen.
Right.
You have to say it. You have to believe it. You have to feel it.
Yes.
You have to put it into your soul,
it.
visualize it, because you can't just say something and then not really believe it.
Right.
And think it's going to happen, because it never does.
Yes, and you can't be gray either. You can't be on the fence.
Right.
You have to be very specific, which is what The Secret and the Power say over and over. The more specific you are, the more the universe can make it happen.
Right.
When you're in between and not sure, that's exactly what you're going to get from the
yeah,
universe.
and what you said about gratitude.
Yes.
People, why are not, the people need to be grateful for what they have. They should be grateful for waking up in the morning, that they're not
I know,
underground.
that you're alive and breathing.
Of course, and there's so many people out there that have no gratitude.
You know what it is? I realize everything, happiness, depression, anger, everything's habitual. So when you have a habit of something, and you're naturally a depressing person,
right?
You keep manifesting the same thing over and over again.
So
Find
true.
a way to break that.
Break
get
the
out,
cycle.
take a walk,
Yeah.
jump in a pool, get cold, get hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, get yourself out of that. And that was the thing. The other thing that was very hard for me, I think, and I would think most people would agree with me, is in the Power, when it talks about you have to take responsibility for where you are and why your life is the way it is.
That's so
and
true.
I fought that, Lisa, hook, line. I was like, no, that person's mean to me because they're mean. And that's it.
It's
you know?
the pointing the finger at
It's the
you
pointing
and not
the
at them.
finger
Yeah.
and blaming.
Yeah.
As soon as you can reconcile with the fact that you're the reason your life is like this.
Exactly.
And deal with that, that's when things really change.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to take on that responsibility, because so many people are like, oh, poor me, why is this happening?
The victim role. Oh,
you know what I mean?
it's terrible.
And they get stuck in that.
Yeah.
And you know, I have to say, I did that. I'm guilty of that. I did that. But I notice when you listen to this, I would make little lists for myself and do that. And be okay with the fact that, okay, that happened because, you know, maybe last week I tripped somebody while I was, you know, not that, but, you know, I cussed at somebody while I was driving. I have major road rage.
Yeah,
which has
karma.
changed.
You with road rage, I can't imagine.
Lisa.
I can't imagine
my
you with
gosh,
road.
I'm
You're like the sweetest.
I know, but I turn into this like crazy woman behind the wheel. I can't take it. And how about those control freaks that are in the lane? They will not let you come over. They're speeding, and then the second you get over, they slow down.
Oh my God. You know what's funny? I've lived in Miami my whole life, and my kids laugh at me so much because Matt, my ex-husband,
yes.
road rage times 100,000. Me, if someone cuts me off, whatever they do to me, they get so mad, they'll shoot me a bird, they'll yell at me, I just wave, hi!
Oh my
and I
God.
start laughing.
I
like,
need to take some of that
I'll
energy.
blow kisses to them, and it makes them so mad.
Wow.
But it doesn't bother me because I just keep doing whatever I'm doing.
Good for you.
And of course, I'm not human.
Yes.
I am human.
You're
I'm
not
not
human?
perfect. I'm an alien. No, I'm not perfect. I mean, I have my issues.
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
I get
We all
moody,
do.
whatever.
Of course.
But on the road, I don't know. There's like a fear in me because so many people, especially here in Miami, take out a gun and shoot you.
That's
You know,
the
it's
thing.
not worth it.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling myself. But I love the horn.
Yeah, you're so funny. But you got to get it out somehow.
I absolutely have to get it out.
Of
Yeah,
course.
for sure.
So I'm so proud of you. I mean,
Thank you.
you've done amazing things.
Yes,
From
yes.
the last time we've always kept in touch.
Yes,
but
we have.
The last time we really sat down and talked, you weren't doing what you're doing
Much.
now. I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
it
no,
was like-
you were always doing
No,
stuff.
I know. I'm always busy. I was doing real estate, but it was, the one every so often type jobs. There's a lot of actors here and everywhere you go, and there's always a lot of competition. The other thing I have to say is, speaking of this, your only competition is you. Never feel like you're competing against anyone, because at the end of the day, it's only you. And
That's true.
That's why I feel like I've forged a lot of friendships among actors, because a lot of people, when they are like, I'm not helping them, or when you help somebody, it always ends up helping you at the end of the day.
It's so
person will,
true.
land some sort of job that will help you out. Everything comes full circle. So I always say help people.
I've noticed in this industry that I'm new at that you know me. I'm all about giving, loving, helping everyone, to the point that sometimes I need to rein it in a bit. But I've noticed that people are so out for themselves that they don't want to help other people. But come on, when you help other people, you're going to get it back in return.
Exactly.
So
100%.
you have to give, and you have to love. You have to spread the joy.
You have to spread the joy.
Of course.
Speaking of spreading the joy, we have. I was in a movie. I was the reporter, and Ned Venture. It's this like comedy.
And we got 1 minute. So
It's this comedy with
Tell your
skateboarding
audience.
kids, and they fall into these diamonds, and it becomes this high speed chase. It's
Wait,
amazing.
how could they watch you or get in touch with you or watch this?
AnnetteFigueroa.com.
Spell out your last name.
Okay, Figueroa, FIGUEROA.com. My website, everything's on there, but Ned Venture, you can go to nedventure.com, check it out. There's a new film coming out
Sorry,
beginning of next
we're
year.
running out of time, but
Yes.
we're going to be on the next show
All
talking
right.
about the
We're
magic.
never gonna
the
leave.
secret. We're just going to be here all night. But give them a last thought, a beautiful thought, something positive. What do you want to say? Send these
Just basically
people off.
that we're all connected. You should always help other people and learn to be happy. It's a lot easier than being miserable.
Be happy, happiness.
Yes.
Thank you. Mwah.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in today and starting your very own journey through transformation. Do not wait to get the perfect weight, find the perfect mate, or the perfect job to become happy. Be happy today. Lisa will continue to help guide you weekly to become more mindful and live in the now. Feed your body healthy and nutritious foods, get your body moving, and feed your mind with positive affirmations. Remember, with a positive mind, your body will react accordingly. Believe, and you will achieve greatness. Namaste. The opinion